Guys, this is a smoke detector I'm going to describe today. I can't test it off. I've had it for a while. I've got it in a secondhand store about, I'd say about a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years ago now, a local store where I live. And he doesn't get too many in, so the owner said he'll keep an eye on them for me because, as I said, I don't have an eBay account, so I either have to rely on somebody from the fire alarm forum, and by the way, it's Miss J73 in the fire alarm forum, just for anybody who doesn't know, because I'm just new posting videos, and I do, as I said, I apologize for stuttering a little, and sound like I'm slurring, because when I make videos, as I said, I'm just a bit nervous. I'm not used to hearing my voice on camera, and it's just the way I am. So anyways, but getting back to this detector, as I said, I don't have an eBay account, so I either have to rely on the forum or secondhand stores, and the forum was how I got my recent SA76 RS. So, and that's pretty cool. And down here I'm also going to show is my Kidda alarm, which is actually my functioning one that I use in my apartment. And there's a reason why I'm going to show this in a minute. But this is the detector I want to focus on, is the Nortron detector. And my guess is it's probably from about 77 to 80, because if you look in here, I wasn't able to get the cover off, even though it's supposed to come off. You can see the brass squealer in there. So when it goes off, it's got that noise, that high-pitched squealing. Well, as I said, it's AC, so it might have the lower pitched vibrating. But most detectors from then had that kind of horn. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see it. Sorry. But most of them did. But again, the GE Home Centuries were reversed. The battery versions tended to have the more vibrating horns, and the ACs had the high-pitched squeals. Now, this alarm, if you look very carefully, you can see right here is that's the flashing LED. So when that alarm is hooked up, it will go off. That will flash. And when the alarm activates, it has an incandescent bulb inside of it, so it provides a little bit of a bright light, so you can find the stairway or whatever. And what's neat is this detector does have a test button, but it's not on the front. Now, I've never seen a detector with a test button right here, and it's right there, and that slides. You slide that to the side, and that's how you test it off on both models. But again, if you look, this is definitely an AC version. There's the wires back there. My landlord, I asked him if I could hook it up, but because of the age of the detector, it's just too old. I can't do it. And it's too bad, because you know, but as I said, it's an old detector, and the wiring in this house, even though my apartment, it's in the basement of an older house, the wiring is still too recent for this detector. I'd like to hook it up, and I've seen a couple of videos on how to do that. It is confusing. I'm not as good as Fire Alarm Fan. He's definitely an expert when it comes to that stuff. So if anybody sees this and can help me out, that would be great. But this alarm was actually featured in, and I don't know how to put two videos together. I'm not that great. If anybody ever watched The Littlest Hobo, the Canadian version of it, the remake from the very, very early 80s, not the old one from the 50s, there's an episode called Guinea Pig, and it's from October 2nd, 1980, so you can check it out on YouTube. It features this alarm, and my guess is I'm going to say, because it was a high-pitched squeal, and I do believe it was the actual sound of the detector, that alarm is featured in it. And it's pretty neat, because smoke detectors weren't featured in a lot of episodes of shows back then. So it's pretty neat. And also, my aunt did have this detector, and one of my great aunts had it in their house, but I wasn't sure if it was the AC version or the DC, the battery version. But it's pretty neat. It's very tiny. Again, for being as old as it is, it's actually smaller. It's only 5 inches in diameter. I measured it, so tiny detector too, but if you look at it, it's very thick. Very, very thick. So, but it's not heavy, which is funny. But again, I'm going to get back to this detector here. If you're wondering why this Kidda is here, it's because this is how tiny these detectors really are for being as old as they are. I can place this detector right on the inner rings of the RS. So, again, not very big at all. So, pretty cool. Really cool, if you ask me. But this is the box the Nortron came in. It's the only detector I have that featured a box. So that's what it looks like. If anybody has the whereabouts on the DC version, anybody can find it for me, I'd love it. I do believe these detectors were Canadian made only. I don't think, and they're very rare. There weren't too many produced, but again, my guess is 77 to 80 because they feature the squealer horn. And this is the instruction manual right here. The model I have is the TR88. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the line voltage. And the battery operated is the TR77. So if anybody comes across a TR77, I'd love it. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to obtain it and get it. It would be neat to have that detector. But it's pretty cool. Again, it's a side-mounted test button, and I don't think I've ever seen a detector with a test button on the side. But pretty cool, and so that's my third video. I do have a guardsman bell, but I'm not going to set it off right now. I'll just wait for another day. But in total, these are my alarms. These are the two. This one I can set off. It's battery operated. It doesn't have a battery in it right now. This one is AC. I can't set it off, even though I would love to. This one definitely has a battery, but my landlord is home, and I really don't want him coming, because if I set this off, he will come down here wondering what's going on. But as I said, that's my video, and thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.